Penina Taylor, and I want to welcome you to day 4 of the Unstuff Yourself challenge. I hope that you've been enjoying the videos so far. If you haven't seen any of the other videos that we've done, please go back and find the introductory video to see what this is really all about, because it's not really just all about uncluttering our homes and getting rid of stuff, although that is certainly part of it. Today, what I want to talk to you about is stuff that we need to get rid of that needs to be fixed. I don't know about you. If you're a woman, maybe you have a box full of clothing that needs to be sewn, that needs to be mended, that needs, whatever that you're going to use for other projects. Or if you're a guy, maybe it's parts of the house that needed repair that you replaced, but the piece itself needs to be fixed. Or maybe you're a woman and it's tools that need to be fixed, and if you're a guy, maybe it's clothing. It doesn't really matter. The point is that we all have stuff that we hang on to that's damaged goods, right? It's not working for us. It's not doing us any service, and we hang on to it, and we hang on to it hoping that we're going to fix it one day, and once it's fixed, then we'll be able to use it. Now, meanwhile, most of us haven't used these things in months and months, and in some cases, years. They sit in the to-be-fixed bag to get to someday. And as one of my favorite mentors, Tony Robbins, always says, the road to someday leads to the town of nowhere. Right? Putting things off for someday is just never going to happen. I have a rule. If it sat in a box for a year, I'm getting rid of it. Unless its usefulness is the kind of thing where it's going to be useful, maybe not inside of a year, but that's something that you have to stop and actually make an honest evaluation. Once I fix this shirt, which the seam is all torn up and it needs to be re-sewn, okay? It needed an adjustment and I made a mistake. See, this is a mistake. I made a mistake, totally tore open the seam of my top, and it needs to be fixed. It can't even be worn this way, even like with a jacket over it, right? And so we make these mistakes in our lives that we think we're going to fix one day, and that once we fix this mistake, everything's going to be the way it's supposed to be. Or we hang on to things in our lives that may be serviceable one day. They may suit us. But even like, for example, a toxic relationship that we hold on to because it may have some value in the future. There's also the possibility that it's feeding something inside of us, which we'll talk about on another day. But how many things are you hanging on to that need fixing, that need repair, that you can't fix, or you won't be able to find the time to fix, but you hold on to it, hoping that one day you're going to fix it and all will be well? Well, today is the day to get rid of that stuff. Either fix it or get rid of it. And if it's something that's been sitting in the fix-it pile for 1 year, 2 years, and it's just taking up space, maybe it's sitting in a box that you just moved from one house to another. Or it just sits, if you've been in the same house for many, many years, maybe it just sits in the closet and you haven't opened it in years. So today's challenge is to physically open those boxes of stuff that you're holding on to because they need to be fixed, but once they're fixed, they're going to be serviceable, and get rid of them if you haven't used them in a couple of years. And there's a really good chance that you're probably not going to use them in the next year. Toss it. We live in a day and age, unfortunately, where everything is disposable. The truth is that except for the most poor of us, most people can afford to replace the stuff that's sitting in their box waiting to be fixed. So, get it out, really evaluate it, fix it, or throw it or give it away. You could give it away. If it's still somewhat serviceable but it needs fixing for you to use it, give it to somebody else who can either fix it or use it themselves. But stop hanging on to stuff that you're hoping to fix in order for it to be valuable to you. This is Penina Taylor. I want to thank you for joining me, and I want to bless you with an amazing day.